Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. We have discussed the salient features of first group of plants, that is algae. Today we will take up the second group of plants, that is bryophytes. This bryophytes, it has been derived from two Greek words, bryon. Bryon means moss and phyton means plants. Phyton means plants. So this is a group of moss plants, and bryophytes are known as the moss plants. What are these bryophytes? These bryophyta or bryophytes is a group of simplest and most primitive land plants. This is a group of simplest and most primitive land plants. As I have already told you, algae is the most primitive and the simplest plants, but algae are mostly aquatic plants. These bryophytes, it is a group of simplest and most primitive land plants which occupy a position intermediate between green algae and pteridophyta. Pteridophytes are the first successful land plants, and bryophytes are considered to be the most primitive and simplest land plants, बल्कि first land plants, and algae are the aquatic plants. So these bryophytes, they occupy a position intermediate between green alga and pteridophytes. They are characterized by the presence of an inconspicuous presence of green, well developed and nutritionally independent gametophyte. And they are characterized by the presence of inconspicuous green, well developed and nutritionally independent gametophyte, to which is always attached a physically and nutritionally dependent sporophyte. The characteristic feature of bryophytes is that they are characterized by the presence of a well-developed green and nutritionally independent gametophyte, to which is always attached a physically and nutritionally dependent sporophyte. And in bryophytes, gametophyte is independent and sporophyte is always physically as well as nutritionally dependent. And what we can say, physically this sporophyte diploid phase, it is a part of the gametophyte. It remains attached with the gametophyte both physically as well as nutritionally. That is, it cannot live an independent life. Sporophyte cannot live an independent life. This bryophyte, it is a smaller group. A small group represented by about 960 genera and 25,000 species. This is a smaller group represented by about 960 genera and 25,000 species which grow mostly at moist and shady places, which grow at moist and shady places. यम कमन जायन छ रोजा सृहदार जायन बे शहलन ताल यानी ये शुहल आस, which grow at moist and shady places like damp soils, rock walls, tree trunks and decaying logs in forests, especially during rainy seasons. And these bryophytes, it is a small group represented by about 960 genera and 25,000 species which grow at moist and shady places like damp soil, rock walls, tree trunks and decaying logs in forests, especially during the rainy seasons. The term bryophyta, it was given by Robert Brunn in 1948. The term bryophyta was coined by Robert Brunn in 1948, and the study of bryophytes is known as bryology. Now, silent features or general characters of bryophytes are as under. This was an introduction about bryophytes. What are bryophytes? Now let me take the general characters or silent features of bryophytes. Number first, bryophytes usually grow in moist and shady places. They usually grow at moist and shady places, as I have already told you. And these usually grow densely together. And form green carpets or mats. These usually grow densely together in the form of green carpets or mats. हम इतकन अकिस नज़दीक रोज़ा कि it appears that they are green carpets or green mats. They grow densely together to form green mats or carpets. Number second feature, bryophytes are fundamentally terrestrial. As I have already told you, these are the first simplest land plants. These are fundamentally, basically these are terrestrial plants. They live on land but require water to carry out sexual reproduction. That is, to complete their life cycle, they require water. Although they are land plants, they live on land. They are basically terrestrial plants, but they require water for fertilization or to complete their life cycle. Thus, they are referred as amphibians of plant kingdom. Amphibians are the animals which live both on land as well as water to complete their life cycle, and they mostly reproduce in water. Same is the thing with bryophytes. Although they are terrestrial plants, but they require water for completing their their sexual reproduction, that is to complete their life cycle. That is why they are referred as amphibians of the plant kingdom. Number third feature is the life cycle of bryophytes. Life cycle of bryophytes have two distinct phases, that is gametophytic and sporophytic phase. Like all other organisms, they have two phases in their life cycle, gametophytic and sporophytic. These two phases are heteromorphic. They are different from each other. They are morphologically different, heteromorphologically distinct, that is heteromorphic, and show distinct alternation of generation. Distinct alternation of generation. And the gametophytic phase is the dominant phase. It gives rise to sporophytic phase. Sporophytic phase once again gives rise to gametophytic phase. That means the bryophytic life cycle, the life cycle of bryophytes have two phases in their life cycle, that is gametophytic and sporophytic phase. Main phase is the gametophyte. So first we will discuss gametophytic phase, and A, that is gametophytic phase. Gametophytic phase. The gametophytic phase is the main plant body, it forms the main plant body. And the main plant body of bryophytes is gametophyte. Is the main plant body which is haploid, and the main plant body is haploid, dominant, long-lived, and nutritionally independent. Nutritionally independent. The gametophyte, which is the main plant body of bryophytes, is haploid, dominant, long-lived, and a nutritionally independent phase, that is green. It produces gametes. This gametophyte produces gametes. It produces gametes, hence is called as gametophyte. Because this phase, that is haploid phase, gametophytic phase, it produces gametes. That is why we call it as gametophyte. Gametophyte. Now the other features of this gametophytic phase are, and we can put this point in as the first point, first characteristic feature of the gametophytic phase, that is the gametophytic phase, which is man plant body, is haploid, dominant, long-lived, and nutrition independent phase. It produces gametes and hence is called as the gametophyte. Number second feature, gametophytic plant body, that is the man plant body, is either, any plant body is either thalloid. I have already told you what thalloid means, that is it is not differentiated into root, stem and leaves. The gamete of the plant body may be thalloid, as in lower bryophytes, or as in lower bryophytes which are known as liverworts, are foliose and erect. Foliose and erect. The main plant body may be thalloid, as in lower bryophytes, what we call as liverworts, are foliose and erect, that is bearing stem-like axis and leaf-like appendage. Leaf-like appendage. यहाँ च आसा ये erect and foliose, yath mans asa stem-like and leaf-like little appendage, as in higher bryophytes. Higher bryophytes, which are known as mosses. Yimon is one of mosses. Mosses. Number third feature is true roots are absent. True roots are absent in bryophytes. We have no roots. True roots are not there. The function of roots is performed by rhizoids. Root-like structures called rhizoids. The function of roots is performed by rhizoids. True roots are absent. The function of roots is performed by rhizoids. And these rhizoids may be unicellular and unbranched, or multicellular and branched. True roots are absent and their function is performed by rhizoids, which may be unicellular and unbranched or multicellular and branched. Unicellular and unbranched rhizoids we see in lower bryophytes, and multicellular and branched rhizoids we see in higher bryophytes, that is mosses. These are the three features of gametophytic phase. Other features we will take in another video. This is all for today. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.